Hello world, hello YouTube land, how you all doing out there? You know what? It's bloody freezing out there in the UK at the moment. It's bloody global warming, it's chilling my ass off. Al Gore, you lying git. I've got to tell you what, right? If you want to know what's happening in the world, all you need to do, right, is buy a mainstream newspaper and assume that everything in the newspaper, everything they say, is going to be the opposite. If you assume the opposite is truth, then you're going to be, you're going to be just fine. I don't know how the mainstream media's got any credibility at all now. God, they've been so discredited over the years. It's unbelievable. From weapons of mass destruction to global warming. What's next? What's next? As that guy on YouTube always says. Anyway, let's get to the comics then. Right, I'm going to be talking about Forever Evil in this video. I picked up 3 comics all out this week. Justice League of America 8, Trinity of Sin Pandora 4, and Forever Evil Rogues Rebellion number 1. I'll start off with the least important comic. This is Forever Evil Rogues Rebellion number 1 by Brian Bucchetto. If you're following Forever Evil, you don't really need to pick this one up. All it is there we go, the guys here, that's Captain Cold. They're the main villains from Flash, aren't they? Yeah, the main villains from Flash are having a bit of a squabble with the crime syndicate. It involves Captain Cold's sister. His sister's in prison, and not in prison. His sister's in hospital. She's quite ill, and obviously he wants to help out his sister. But the crime syndicate are like shutting down the hospitals because they're a bunch of psychopaths. They don't exactly want to help ill people in hospital. So Captain Cold's not too happy with that, and hence the squabble with the crime syndicate. There we go. The artwork in here is average. It's okay. It's not particularly good, but it's not particularly bad. I'll give you another example of a couple of the pages here. But the book overall is it's not essential really. I mean, if you're a big fan of what they call the Rogues. If you're a big fan of the Rogues, then check out this comic. But if you're just following Forever Evil, then it's not really not that essential. I'm not a big fan of the Rogues, so I won't be following this one. This is the 1 of 6. This is the only one I'll be buying. It's not a bad comic, but I'm just not that interested in it really. So I'll put it in and give it a 6 out of 10. Right, the next comic, Trinity of Sin Pandora number 4. This is more essential if you're following the Forever Evil story arc. Again, it's quite simple really. This Pandora, there she is. Again, the art's it's average to good. Who's the artist? Francis Portella. Yeah, well, the hooded girl, Pandora. Her little skull was used as a portal, wasn't it, for the crime syndicate to come through from Earth 3 into this world. And when it was used, it was destroyed. Perhaps on purpose, so it can't be used again. So they can't be transported back. So what Pandora's going to do, she's asking this bloke here, the guy in the wife beater shop, to put the skull back together. He tells her that she needs to see Alfred, otherwise known as the Outsider. Of course, he's not going to help her, is he? Because if she gets the skull back together, and his mates will be transported back to the world free, Earth 3. There she is at the end. She's going to say to him, what did she say there? I have a few questions for you. So yeah, pick up this book if you want to see Pandora putting her skull back together, and I assume in the end using it to transport the crime syndicate back to Earth 3. So if you're following Forever Evil, then yeah, you really need to pick this one up as well. What do I think for overall? I'll give it about 7 out of 10. I'll be following it because storyline wise, it's stuff you need to be reading for Forever Evil. Okay. This is the most important book of the week, Forever Evil, Justice League of America number 8. I was a bit concerned because it's written by Matt Kindt and he's been a bit crappy recently. And it's, yeah, I tend to have got a better understanding of Matt Kindt as a writer now. Really, he's a good writer. He can't deal with real world issues very well. He can't deal with contemporary, if you want to call them political. I'd call them New World Order or para-political issues. He can't deal with them. He's a bit too mainstream inclined. But if he's just just doing his comics, and just talking about superheroes and whatnot, then it's okay. He has some very good techniques in this story, some good storytelling. Yeah, good storytelling techniques that he uses very well in it. And you need to get this book because it tells you what happens to the heroes, to the Justice League. We assumed they were all dead, didn't we? Oh, did we really? Nah, we didn't really, did we? Okay, spoiler coming up. Ready? The Justice League are not dead, obviously. They're just in prison. And what Matt Kindt does in his book is using the Martian Manhunter there and doing a first-person voiceover throughout the entire book with Stargirl. What happens is that Martian Manhunter goes into this hole, yeah, to discover what's going on in the prison. And while he's in the hole, he's talking all the time in his mind to Stargirl, and this conversation is played out in a first-person voiceover, in little captions at the top of the page. So it's a very good storytelling technique. That's what Matt Kindt. Yeah, good job there. What you'll find out in this book is that all the different superheroes are in individual mind prisons. So we've got Shazam there. His prison is it's a prison of enjoyment, really, a gilded cage. What they've done is they've given him the power to do whatever he wants with no consequences. So it's the perfect stuff for a child. Remember that Shazam is Billy, isn't he? He's just a kid. A perfect prison for a kid would be a place where there's no consequences for your actions. So he's just going around causing lots of trouble, wrecking stuff, having a great time in prison but not realising it and not wanting to escape, even though he could escape if he really wanted to. So that's Shazam's prison. Flash's prison is again the prison of the mind. His mind is working so fast that he doesn't actually realise that all he's doing is sitting in a grotty apartment doing nothing. So he thinks he's doing things when he's not. His mind can't actually can't process the reality of Flash. He's in a grotty apartment, but his mind's working overtime, thinking that he's doing lots and lots of things when he's actually doing nothing. So that's Flash's prison. If I just say a word about Matt Kindt and how he can't relate to contemporary parapolitical issues. We have inside Flash's mind here. Flash is going into top secret American secret documents and files and whatnot. And the files that he has Flash looking at are the sealed JFK files. I'm thinking that's not really that contemporary. I mean, the old JFK assassination. I know that was the sort of marks the beginning of the New World Order takeover of America. But it's not that controversial, really. People tend to already know what happened to the JFK thing. It was a CIA hit squad, and the Lee Harvey Oswald was an obvious patsy. He even said it himself that he was a patsy. Now, if Mr. Kindt really had his finger on the pulse of contemporary issues, parapolitical issues, then Flash wouldn't be looking at the JFK stuff. He'd be looking at, let me think, something like the Bin Laden files. Recently, the CIA have taken all the Bin Laden files, everything to do with the raid, from the FBI, and they sealed them forever. Which means that the American public will never ever get to know what happened with the Bin Laden raid. But the official story and the movie is it's bullshit. That's quite clear now. The bloke they killed in the house wasn't actually Bin Laden, and that's why there's been no photographs released. So Flash would have looked at those files, wouldn't he, if he was interested in contemporary issues. But I don't know if that's too controversial for Matt Kindt to go into. Is it that controversial? Perhaps it is. I don't know. I'll give Matt Kindt the benefit of the doubt there. Perhaps he can't talk about anything post 1960. I don't know. But anyway, back to the comic. It shows Superman in jail. Superman's in a prison of guilt because of killing Dr. Light. And at the end of the book, it's basically it shows a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to explain exactly what happens because I want you to check this book out for yourself. It's a good one. Justice League of America number 8. Yeah, it tells you exactly what happens to the heroes. Really good storytelling techniques from Matt Kindt. He really impressed me. even though he just talked about JFK rather than the interesting things like Bin Laden and 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction, that sort of thing. Something more contemporary, more relevant to now. Anyway, I'll give this book a let me think, a strong 8.5 out of 10, and the artwork's pretty cool as well. Okay, that's it for me then. If I just pick up these two. To conclude, Rogues Rebellion. I won't bother with this one unless you're a big fan of the Rogues. There must be somebody out there who's a fan. Trinity Sin Pandora. Let's check this one out because she's put back together that skull thingy, and that has big consequences for evil. But if you don't pick that one up, definitely pick this one up, because this one has huge consequences, huge implications for what's happening in Forever Evil. This is the one to pick up, Justice League of America, number 8 by Matt Kint. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed that video, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you don't like. I've got no problems people want thumbs down. And yeah, that's it for me. Enjoy your comics. Just let me know what you think. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.